we're running a series of workshops with different groups within the community to ask for their ideas, your ideas, for how you would like to see that place transformed so that you would enjoy using it. So here we are at Arcams, and Lydia will give you a little bit of an introduction to Arcams and the work it does.
We have a whole range of material at the Commission that can facilitate research into the south side of Edinburgh. So you can now just literally type in the street or the area or the building that you're interested in at the top and then hit return. And I've got everything laid out for you to see upstairs in the search room.
There was a horses stable at the back of the centre. The back of our centre was a horses stable. Yes. There's that picture up on the wall in the cafe. That is the stables.
So is there anything of the innocent railway station still there?
No.
But you can walk. You can walk.
Yes, you can walk right through.
That's the horse trough that we remember because it was like an old bathtub. You know what I mean? And instead, not like the other one.
When was that?
Oh, that was in the 40s, 50s,
says,
when you and I were young,
But
Maggie.
that says 1912.
Oh my.
Sorry?
How old is the church?
1856. Yeah.
Maybe you could reuse the railings somewhere in the new landscaping.
Or even move them back. Even if you move them back, so you could still have would bring the frontage of the church building into the public space. I mean, I'm being a church leader myself. We're talking a lot about churches getting out of their boxes and the street coming into the building.
So it's
and that's an ideal thing.
Opening up the
bringing back
access.
bringing back the buildings into the community.
Say if we took away that wall and we're starting to think about reusing materials, is there a possibility we could reuse that stone to walk on? And
You know what? There's a distinct lamp up here.
Flowers.
Well, that's what I said. Flowers.
Look at that gate. There's a wee secret garden in there. Behind that, somebody looks after that, which is lovely.
Well, I'm quite struck by the perspectives, what I see in various directions. The buildings on either side of Wicklow Street really frame that older building with the red pan-tile roof and the rather warm sandstone on the wall.
But you see there's a height that this space has. Isn't that common round about Edinburgh?
Like that cemetery there, it's got a plaque on the wall. Nothing to denote other than a plaque where the person who wrote the Floors of the Forest, you know, that could be highlighted.
How could you highlight it, do you think?
With lighting at night.
Maybe a plinth somewhere that could tell a wee bit of the history of this wee bit.
Could be set in the stone. You could have it. You could do a sort of. Is it Ian Hamilton Finlay where he had everything carved out? So you could have the whole thing, a whole story written in here for people to walk through.
The corrie was
doing
brought
a kill.
One of the corries was brought up that stair.
There you go. Another piece of information.
Robbie Burns came to Wicklow Pen.
Hey, where?
Came to Wicklow Pen, stayed in Wicklow Pen.
Front of that building. Yeah, a big mural, definitely. It doesn't matter where you go in Edinburgh as a driver, you get Arthur's Seat everywhere. But to come into the middle of the town and get Arthur's Seat through a wee building.
To kind of brainstorm, if you like, the thoughts that you've had from this morning, just to kind of summate your view of the history and the present condition of the Causey, I'd like you in groups to try and summate your thoughts about the past and the present of the Causey. And after that, we'll move on to the future.
The trough.
The trough itself, yes.
Trough.
And I also thought about the actual word Causey. The stone.
Are they not still there, the stones, the cobbles?
Yes,
I thought they were.
I mean, they're cobbles.
They're cobbles.
It's Causey.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe
And it's
make
Causey
some
and not Causey.
That's what I was going to put a note
Causey
for.
is a
Very,
costume,
very
is a
dear.
swimming costume.
To do
Because
anything
you're
with
Causey.
Causeys, because we tried to get the
That's
cat
a
park
Causey.
repaired not that long ago.
It's not a very nice place, it's not a very nice environment to be, but what fascinates me, I think I mentioned this, is that in the evenings, on a summer evening when you go by there, that place is full of people sitting outside, even though it's not a particularly nice environment.
Solid seating. Could you not do it out of wood? I mean, something more solid than just chairs.
Some place people could sit down. What other things would you want to do to make the place more soften it?
And I wonder what would happen if we put a couple of trees on there, or looked at the trees that would have been in that area historically.
And what are some of these stories we want to keep?
Deacon Brodie buried somewhere in there.
Okay, folks, and you can begin to start making another board or a model or whatever you like using different materials or whatever you feel like, just to express those ideas. But remember, what we're trying to think about is how the space could be used, how you'd like to use the space.
We want to use some of the old cobblestones because it's called West Cross Causey.
Some sculpting. The water feature, hopefully.
Bring together. It's not really fun. This is, you can speak to each other. So people would be able to interact more and play around.
Edinburgh, Edinburgh's the Athens of the North, so we could build a story connected with the Trojan horse, or Hector, or, of course,
Maybe something to do with Hadrian.
Or Hadrian, yeah.
We want to reuse these stones. The Causeys are very kind of significant, so this stone elephant or something begins to kind of spring to mind. I mean, I quite like the idea that we use the trunk as a bridge or something.
Green like that would be more impressive. Just like a bath.
The geese from the old goose stub, but to have some sort of geese in the space, and possibly a horse that used to feed out of the water trough would be looking at West Cross Causeway towards this brilliant view of Arthur's Seat, which is framed.
Right, I'm just grabbing some random materials that we might want to work with.
The only thing about water features is sometimes they get bunged up with rubbish and people misuse them.
Because it's looking up towards Arthur's Seat, isn't it?
Yeah.
So which is that where Arthur?
That's in front of the trough.
Way round.
They could be responsible for designing the bench or for painting the bench.
Yeah.
So it's more, they take ownership by sort of producing the actual item.
I suppose
Put the raised garden there, so you don't know what it is.
Sure, there's a quicker way of doing this, you know.
It's a large tropical animal. It could be a giraffe, it could be an elephant, it could be a Trojan horse, it could be a tropical Highland cow.
This is sort of 3 mounds, some sort of thing in the middle, like a trough. It's a 3-path thing, 3-path mound.
So there are certain compartments within
Let's try and move over.
So I'm emphasising re-emphasising the traffic calming
nice.
measure.
Yeah, that's good.